I can hold more materials. It's great to be back from vacation. Oh yeah, you guys should see all the traps I got. When I got back, I opened up a loot llama. I have all these traps now. I still have to upgrade them, but pretty happy with them. So, it's when you make the zombies go a certain way. That is what tunneling is. So for this one's a problem because they're all gonna like go to the sides of this one. So I gotta force them to just go straight towards this middle. Since I want it to match, let's go ahead and make this metal. And sorry about the notifications. Hold on. No more disturbances in the force. Alright, let's keep that metal. Okay, so now, the only things that are going to attack this base are coming from this direction and a little bit over there. So I figure, now that we got these walls up, that they'll all just funnel into the middle here, which is what we want. Tunneling is building up walls and ceilings and forcing the zombies to go through that direction with a bunch of traps so that they get destroyed. That is what tunneling is. So I just want to make a 1 wide that they go through here. Then they'll go through this, 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 and over here, and they'll just never make it. They'll never make it through all this, so. But. And we're going to go over what traps to use, because there is like a good way of using traps, not just placing things willy-nilly. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make this a full wall so that I can put a certain trap on that. We'll just focus on this side for now. Alright. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a wall launcher right here. So that when they reach this point, they get launched back and they have to go through some of these traps again. At least the smaller guys get launched back to the 3rd spot. Bigger guys only get launched back 1. So for this, I want to do a trap that's going to do damage to them over time. So a burn trap. They'll walk through it and they'll burn all the way through here. What's up, Josh? So that is a good technique to use. Also, a gas trap is the first thing you also want to hit them with, because they'll take gas damage all the way as they're walking too. So those are good traps to use initially. And since they're just walking over the sections, spike traps are good burst damage. So I'm always a fan of spike traps. Alright. I prefer wall darts. You can back these up too. But these will actually hit everything walking through the middle instead of like if you use, say, these wall dynamos, they only cover half the floor area, so that is a better system. Now we want something that does a quick burst for the second ceiling trap. Like that. And voila! We have a trap tunnel. They will all funnel in from this spot over here. When they're spawning over here, they walk up and be like, I don't want to go through this wall. Well, they might. If it's a smasher, he might try and go through that wall, but we'll make it less appealing by doing this. And this is actually a good method for just being able to look over. So now that there'd be 3 walls for them to go through. You got the ramp, you got this little half wall down here, And then you got this wall, so. Pretty awesome. I'm going to upgrade this really quick. And that. And then we'll do the other side. Now I saw this method, and I don't know if this works. I saw this on another YouTuber's channel. And it was a while ago, so I don't remember who it was. But I'm going to try it out. If you make them too wide, and then do an arch like that, they'll just walk straight through the middle here. And supposedly, say you have a trap here and a trap here, they'll take damage from both those traps walking through the middle here. So I'm not sure if it works, but it sounds cool, so why not try it? And if you have it open like this, you won't have smashers knocking down the wall, so they'll just run straight through. Which is always a plus. So let's go ahead and upgrade all this. And then we'll do some outward ceilings here, and some floors, and another wall. Just to make it so that they want to go straight through here. We don't want them going around, so let's go ahead and put a wall here. We'll actually do that same triple wall thing that I was talking about. Just like that. Like that. There we go. It's 3 walls they'd have to go through in one. They don't want to do that, so let's upgrade this, and then we'll do the same thing with the gas traps. You want that initial damage that they take when they walk through here. They get hit with the gas, they keep taking gas damage. Same with the fire. That's why it's a good trap. They'll keep taking fire damage. Oh, I'm burning. Help me. Then we'll do our spikes, our darts, and that looks beautiful. So over here I can do something like a wall launcher. And yeah, this is looking pretty sweet. Tunneling 101. That's like a class. You guys probably already know how to do all this, but that's made out of wood. That's probably gonna bug some of you. It bugs me. I'm gonna switch that. Alright, metal. There we go. Okay, so I also do want to make a little box just to look overhead, kind of like a lookout area. I think that would be cool and snazzy. So let's go ahead and do that. I want to be able to get up here too, so we'll make it like this. I'll connect it. Nice little tree sticking out. Now we can hop over here. Defend our area a little bit better. I think it's looking pretty sweet. And after I'm done upgrading all this, I would classify this area as done. We just need a couple more traps here. Perfect. It's beautiful. I actually have grave diggers. I'm pretty proud of it. Because apparently not many people have those. So. Alright, so this area is done. I don't think I'm gonna upgrade it to tier 3 right now. Just because that'll take a little bit of time. I don't want to waste time upgrading too much. So we'll just do tier 2. Then we'll move on to the next area. So I'm liking this. This is Trap Tunneling 101 on Amplifier 3. or the third base of this series that we did. Alright, so this one, they actually do come from over here too, I believe. Yeah, they do. Okay. So they come from over there, and they come from over here. I don't think they come from down... Oh, no. They might come from down there, since I don't have an amplifier down there. But we just gotta kind of funnel them in. So let's do that. Metal, metal, metal. For those of you guys who weren't here before, we're just doing trap tunneling for Stonewood, which is a series I did bases on, so. This is going to be our giant trap tunnel, which is nice because it makes it fun to shoot through. And they got to go through a lot of traps. Plus, you can do 3 wide tunnels because the darts shoot across 3 whole platforms, which is pretty great. So let's go ahead and make some more of those while we upgrade these. Yeah, I mean, I had to play the game a long time to get all these traps, so it'll take a while for you to get all these different traps, but I recommend trading with people that you trust if you don't have the certain traps you need, because that is the way to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and place our dart traps like I was talking about. Alright, sweet! That is a trap tunnel. Now we just gotta add our first tier defense traps, which will be these flame traps, because we want them to burn going all the way through here, and we want them to be gassed going all the way through here, so we're going to gas them as well. There we go. They're going to take burn and gas damage going all the way through this tunnel, which is awesome. Now, I would recommend using retractable floor spikes, but I'm going to use these guys since I have a bunch of them. What these guys are really good for is if they have a wall to go through, they'll stand on these for a while and take elongated damage, which is awesome. So that's what those are good for. But since we don't really have any walls here, it's not the greatest. But it'll work. It'll do damage. Let's go ahead and do some ceiling traps. Tires actually drop 3 tiles down, but you don't want to go more than 2, otherwise the zombies will finish walking through the trap before the tire even falls. One of these other traps shoots extra far down too. I'm not sure if it's this one or the other zapper. But yeah. So there's some info for you. Let's go ahead and actually just add to this. If I can get up there. I'm going to make a... Let's turn this around. I'm going to go up here really quick and see if I can figure out which one of these traps goes all the way to the floor. It's not that one. Oh, it's neither of these. Well, the tire traps do. So let's go ahead and put traps, tire traps here. Voila! Alright, so that is tunneling 101. Now we got this side done. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Make sure everything's at least tier 2. I didn't mean to upgrade that to tier 3, but whatever. That works. Now I'm going to make sure they all funnel this way. So let's go ahead and put some walls here. So we don't want any going behind and attacking the side of the base where there is no traps. So you can pretty much guide zombies or the husk wherever you want them to go, which is pretty baller. And yeah, we'll add more traps here. Let's go ahead and do spiked ones. So there's no way they're getting through all these traps. It's just not happening. It's not gonna happen. So if trap killing them isn't your thing, this probably isn't the video for you. But let's go ahead and do a tunnel over here really quick, since they do come from this way. Let's go ahead and do that one tunnel I showed you guys already. The V tunnel. Keeps them all in the middle. Funnels them. It also makes them easier to shoot. They're all running straight towards the middle. Just light them up. And then we'll do our traps just like we've been doing with the burst damage, then the longer damage over time. Upgrade these. Try and read a comment. Quickly forward. Start all the missions fast. Like ride the lightning. Just grind it out really fast and don't dilly-dally when you're doing missions. Make sure your team's ready though, because it's always annoying having that one teammate that starts it and nobody's ready. Then you guys end up losing and it sucks. That's no fun. Let's do some wall darts. Continue on with that same style we were doing. We're going to want those burn traps. Now if you want a point of like a freeze trap, like a good point for a freeze trap would be a single tile where they're traveling, where you just choke them up a little bit. If you ever do a choke up point like this, you'd probably want to blast them with a couple different traps. Where you know you're going to get a couple zombies at the same time. Because what the freeze trap does is it freezes anything that's coming in here, so they'll stop, but then there's still zombies coming in here after they're frozen, so this thing has a chance to hit more zombies. Wall darts. Thank you guys for loving my videos. I appreciate the compliments. It's awesome. Okay, let's do those fire traps I was talking about. We'll do the gas traps. Okay, so now we got our fire and our gas, destroying them all the way through. It's our strategy, we like it. Sticking to it. And we've finished this side. And I think it looks awesome. We got some more ceiling traps to do. So burst ones in the back. The leading traps you want them to do elongated damage while they're going through the rest of these traps. So that's how you do that. Pretty awesome. I think I'm going to call this video Trap Tunneling 101. I'm not sure if any come up this way, but we'll do another trap tunnel just because. Maybe we'll try and do a different one, like a tall one. This seems like a good spot for a tall one because since we're going to be up here, we're not going to be able to see all the way into the tunnel, but if it's taller, we will be able to see all the way in the tunnel. So, why not do a tall one? And then we'll make our way up there so that I can put a ceiling. That's the one part about being a constructor I don't like. I can't jump everywhere like I'm used to. Okay. So we got that. Now we need traps for this occasion. Like our tire traps. Place that there. Let's get our other tire trap. The tire traps will fall up to 3. So for those of you guys that didn't hear me say that, they will fall up to 3 tiles, which is awesome. Another method we could do here is, actually we'll do that in a later spot. Let's go ahead and upgrade all this to tier 2. Looks good. Let's go ahead and add our flame grill floor trap. Looks like this is going to be our last flame grill floor trap. But we'll do it right there. Then we'll do our darts. Now, even though these shoot up to 3 tiles, it's still good to use them for 1 tile wide areas because they cover the whole area. Like where these wall dynamos, they only cover half of the tile here, so it's better to use something that covers the whole thing. Let's go ahead and do a quick burst there. That looks like a good tunnel. It's higher, so we can see all the way through it even when we're up here. Whereas if we had a ceiling here, we wouldn't be able to see through that whole area. So let's go ahead and make this nice up here. I like when things look nice. Thank you, Mr. Palf. Alright. That's this area done. There we go. Alright, so we have no more flame traps, which isn't the worst thing. I think we'll be able to work with what we got. Let's go ahead and funnel these guys in the way we want them to be, which is... well, they're going to come up this way. So we really don't need anything back there. Just up here would be sweet so they don't go off the side. Let's actually do our, for those of you guys who weren't here earlier, there's a 3-in-1 wall situation you could do where they'd have to travel through 3 walls like that, and it just takes up 1 spot, which is a good method. So that way it forces them to go this way, which is what we want. We don't want them going off to the side. Alright, so they're going to come up here. We're going to want them to go through some traps. This area we're going to use a lot of launch pads because those are fun. So what I mean by that is we can do something like this. This is one of my favorite things to do right here. We get a launch pad. We make our little angled roof. We'll actually do it for right there. So I don't know if we'll do it right there, but right here we're going to have, because they're going to walk through this opening, or try to walk through this opening, they're going to get launched into the air and shot back off of this cliff, which is going to be awesome. Now here, they just get shot down the ramp a little bit more, so I'm not sure I want that. So let's go ahead and delete this actually. Alright. And we did it. Okay. So for here, I think I would want something... probably just my basic traps. So we'll do some floor spikes. And, I mean, we can launch them back. That's fine. We don't want them going this way, so let's go ahead and build walls. Let's go ahead and build our couple more of these guys so we have them to spend. So we want the wall darts, as always, because they shoot multiple distances, which is great for what we're doing. Alright, upgrade that. Alright, so hopefully everybody's following along pretty good. Now, we can have 2 ceiling traps here. I would rather have the gas trap there, just like we've been doing. That's kind of my go-to, my staple. Making them take gas damage as they walk all the way through here, because it just keeps ticking them. And then we'll give them a burst before they hit this spot where they get launched over. Now, since this trap doesn't activate every second, there's going to be zombies that make it through, which is fine because we got all these traps. So, but let's go ahead and make them walk around a little bit. Just be a pain. Here would be a good spot to try and funnel them in because they're going to get launched back to right here. Upgrade all this. And do one more here. And that'll be that. So I don't think any will come from this way. I don't remember if they do, but if they do, or I'll just build over here just in case, because I don't remember. We'll have a little bit something for them. Alright, spikes. Okay, so now for this area, because they're heading for this area, they'll be walking on this side of the tile because they want to get into this area. They're going to be walking on this side of the tile, so you can put something like a wall dynamo here. That would be good. So let's go ahead and light this up with wall dynamos. Then we'll do wall darts here. That looks good. And I think the trap tunneling for this area is done. I'm really positive that they don't come from this way, so hopefully I'm right on that. If I'm not, you know, I'm sorry, but for this middle base, the only side that they're gonna get attacked from, if granted you have all the other amplifiers that I have upgraded, the only side that's gonna attack is over here. So this area right here. So if we want to add more traps, we can do that. What I would like to do is, because this area is weird, I'm not going to be able to build here. But I would like to make a trap tunnel here, so we're going to do that anyway. We'll be able to do a gas trap because it's only one high, so they'll get hit by it. And then over here on the back, we'll have 2 high tire traps, so that'll be good. And then we'll try and force them to funnel in right here, which would be good. Perfect! We're getting it. This is looking good. Alright, I can't get up there, so we'll just leave that for now. But let's go ahead and put the traps we want to put. And let's do I have any more tire traps? I have this guy. I think I gotta make some more. I'm kind of bummed out I ran out of that one powder. Mineral powder. It's not a big deal. It's not really a big deal, but it would be nice to have access to all my traps. And there we go. That looks good. They'll funnel in here. They'll walk this way. And they'll attack this area. It'll be beautiful like Christmas Day. Okay. So let's go ahead and upgrade these bad boys. And place some floor traps. Now this area is definitely secure. Alright, so now for the main base. Let's go ahead and do our wall darts first, actually. So this is too high. This isn't going to hit any of them. I'm not going to waste materials by placing a wall dart there. So that should be good. That'll help us defend. And since it is a little weak, it's only connected on that side. So say an exploder blows up right here. This whole ceiling might come down, I just realized. So let's go ahead and connect it. That's something else we need to keep track of. If I had fire traps, I'd place 2 right here, but I don't, so we'll just place some more spikes. Take a little bit of damage before you come in. Alright, upgrade those. Let's go ahead and, oh, 1 more wall darts. Or 2 more wall darts. And we're good. Okay. Now for this main base, this area is one of my favorite places to defend. Because it's super easy to get them all to choke to the right. Which is what we want. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start using brick since we only have 320 metal left. But I'm going to create a choke wall here. And we're going to... Oh, I didn't mean to build this one, but that'll be fine. Okay, so we're going to have the same set of 3 that we were doing. That's going to be like that. And we're going to do it right here as well. Let's go ahead and face it this way so that we can curve that in. Like that. Have an extra wall. So now they have to go through 3, so they don't want to go through here. Let's go ahead and put that wall there. And that already has a wall. We'll put a wall here and here and here. We're forcing them all this way. And this will just be a big, wide open trap tunnel of destruction, which will be sick. Hey, how's it going? If you guys are joining late, we're doing all the trap tunnels for Stonewood, so which is a series that I've been working on. I went back in time and did all my Stonewood bases because why not? It was fun. I got some cool things going. Let's go ahead and connect that just because I don't like the way that looks when it's just hanging. And we'll upgrade it. Okay, so now they should only come and go that way. They should. We might have to do another one of those triple wall things over here, but I'm pretty sure that we should be good. So let's go ahead and start with our floors. 2, 3. They're going to be coming from this way, so let's funnel them in. We got ourselves some mighty trap tunnel action. Okay, so we don't need any here, but just in case, we'll do that. Alright. Let's go ahead and connect over here. Just because of looks, mostly. We want things to look nice as well. Make this a full dart wall. So this should be 3. No, that's 4, but that's fine. Because darts shoot across 3 tiles. So even if you have it 6 wide, you'll still cover all the tiles with darts, which is nice. We're going to need more of these, so let's go ahead and craft them now. And then we'll go ahead and place those. Now let's do our ceilings. Finish our walls over here. We're pretty much just going to fill this whole area with ceilings. Just like that. That's looking good. It's nice and wide open. Kill trap tunnel, baby. Kill traps 101. Let's upgrade everything to tier 2. And then we'll place some traps. And that's tier 2, so that's good. Let's go back here. I honestly, my favorite material to build out of is brick anyway, because it just looks the best, in my opinion. I don't like tier 2 or tier 3 wood. I prefer tier 2 just because it looks better than tier 3. Alright, so this is all upgraded. That looks good. Okay, so what I was saying before, we want them to travel through, we want them to keep taking tick damage. Our tick damage is going to come from our gas traps. That's the staple of a trap tunnel right there. Gas traps, they're still taking gas damage as they go over here. They're still taking it. So it's a great trap to lead off with. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill these with wall darts. Because they shoot 3 across, so these will hit all the way across. Might as well put one there. This will be nice and awesome. We're gonna need some more. Thanks, Mr. Palf. Alright, so let's go ahead and build these. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need one there just because they're pretty much going to target these two walls, which is why I have the door on this side anyway. But in case any come over here, these wall launchers launch them back to the middle, where they get launched up into the sky and out because of the ramp back onto this tile. Or this one, if they're a lighter zombie. But there's a ceiling, so they might land on that. Let's go ahead and put a wall so that doesn't happen. Thinking ahead. Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead. If I had fire traps, I'd say let's put fire traps here. But since I don't, I would say let's go ahead and just put some of these bad boys, which I'm going to need to build. Because apparently I'm out of them. One. How many do we need here? 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another. If you wait for it to be done crafting, you won't have to switch. Never mind, I lied. Okay. So we got those. A quick little burst damage. So the fire damage ones would be best here because they would keep burning all the way through, but I'm out of the materials to make the fire ones, which is kind of a bummer, but we just have to live with it. Let's go ahead and do some quick burst ceiling traps. That's beautiful. I love it. Doesn't matter what they are, as long as they work. And then I recommend these pretty much all the way through, to be honest. But if you do want to take a pause and have a choke area, have a little freeze section. They'll freeze, they'll stop there, some will gather, they'll all get blasted by the ceilings and the crossage of these bad boys. It'll be great. Alright, let's go ahead and finish the rest of these with these spikes. Since I have a bunch of these, I'm going to use them. And if you weren't here earlier, I explained that the best spot for these spikes are actually when they're attacking a wall. So say they're trying to get through this wall. The reason this spike trap is good is because it'll do elongated damage over time. It'll just keep hitting them and hitting them. It doesn't have a big reload timer like these ones do. So, but these are actually better if they're just crossing over because it's just a quick burst. They take damage, you keep moving on. Alright, so I think, let me check and see if we have all our trap tunnels that we need. We're going to need to make a way out for constructors. This will work. Okay. Might as well put a bridge here for aesthetics. Well, that looks nice. There's one more thing I wanted to do. Besides just making things look nice, is I wanted to, because there's only a 1 thick wall here, I want to make sure that they don't target this wall, so we're going to make them have to go through 3. So this angled one would be best right there, and that'll be good. So now they will definitely all go through that tunnel, which is what we want. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you're just joining, we're just doing the trap tunnels for Stonewood, which is a series of bases that I made. There's 5 different bases, and we're just adding the tunnels to complete them. So I'm thinking that I will have a problem with this area here, so let's go ahead and make a tunnel for this spot. Right there. Just like that. We'll force them this way. This is a good choke point. They will come from, they do come from over here, so actually they will go down this way. So what we want is, we'll do a little section up here. Make them really have to work for it. I want them to go down that certain path. I don't want them cheating and going around. So we'll make our choke wall here with our 3. Let's make it like that. Let's add this bad boy. Just like that. Now they won't be attracted to this wall as much, which is what we want. Or actually, they might be attracted to it more. No. No, this is perfect. It looks cool. This is mainly why I did it. But, yeah, but when they get blasted back this way, because I'm putting a launcher here, if I can find it. Oh no, I'm out of launchers. That's a bummer. But we'll do our best with what we have, because sometimes in Fortnite you don't have everything you need. And that's just the way it works. Stone. Stone. That's fine. We'll do our gas trap to start it up. We want them to take the burst damage. And then we'll do our tire trap. It falls too, it's perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade some of this so it looks nice. And so it's more durable. I swear, sometimes it feels like it takes longer to upgrade the brick than it does the metal, which doesn't make sense to me, but... Okay, so we'll funnel them in right here. And here would be a good area to just have like a... kind of like a little platform to stand on, I think. Or just an area to get up into the base. Since for a constructor I don't have an area over here. So might as well make one, because that would be nice. And then we'll make a little bridge here. Perfecto. Perfecto Munier. I'm going to delete that. Wonder if I could just delete it like that. There we go. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Now everybody can get to the second floor. That's nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and build some more for our trap tunnel here. So the reason these if you guys weren't here earlier, these will drop up to 3. But you never want to do them 3 high, because when the zombies will walk through, they'll actually drop too late if it's 3 high, and you won't actually hit anybody. So 2 is the max you want to go with those for right now until they fix that. But yeah, this is looking good. Let's go ahead and make our tunnel complete. I think that'll be it right there. And this is more of a dark, depressing, and scary tunnel. I don't have any more metal, but that's fine. I can always upgrade that on my own time. Alright, let's go ahead and do some more wall darts. Alright, so I'm going to try and answer any of you guys' questions as I'm finishing this tunnel that you guys got. So if you guys got any questions related to the game, let me know. And I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. Otherwise, you know, we can just chill. There are a lot of scammers, and it does suck. I have not been scammed, but I don't really trade with too many people because I don't want people to be like, hey, I scammed HiQ. I'm awesome, check me out. But really, it's not that cool because scamming me is not that big of a deal. It just makes me upset. So, Let's go ahead and do our bursts. Damage. So the wall dynamo actually does more damage than the wall darts, but they don't hit far. They have to be walking on that side of the tile. So really, I don't like to use them unless I know that the monsters are gonna be walking on this side of the tile. Like I could have used one right here because I know that they come from this way, and I know when they go around this corner they're gonna be walking on this side of the tile. So it would have worked here. Would have done more damage. Is actually a better idea. If you guys want to switch that, that's up to you. If anybody copies this, but yeah, that's my one tidbit right there. So we're out of these, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and throw that down there. And let's go ahead and throw these bad boys, because we have an abundance of these for some reason. That'll disappear after a little bit. Alright, cool. Is there any going to be an attack on your base? I don't, if they upgrade the game, or I'm thinking that they're going to update the actual base defense areas and add a game mode to them in the future. So if they do that, I'll show you guys. Otherwise, I already completed all this. I'm done with Stonewood. I did all 10, so. But when they add it in the future, then this will be definitely feasible, which will be awesome. They last, it depends on the one you got. Mine has durability of 60, so I think that means 60 seconds. But I think I'm wrong on that, because I think I placed this over a minute ago and it's still here. Oh, it's gone now. So it's probably about a minute. I mean, roughly. So that I think this area looks pretty good. I want to place one piece under there. I guess I'll do wood, since I don't have any metal. Never tier 3 wood though. That's why I got those like that. Alright. Let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot one thing over here. We definitely want to make sure that they don't go this way. Stay away from this area. This is what we want. I don't think that they will go this way, but we want to double check. So let's go ahead and add all these walls. That should be good enough, definitely, to force them all in the certain direction. Well, I appreciate that, KJB46. Offering to help is always awesome. I always recommend that everybody tries to help everybody in this game, because it's a fun game to meet people in. I've met a couple of my friends on here, so it's pretty awesome. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this one. I don't know if I'm going to do any giveaways. I don't think so. I'm not really looking to grow my channel that way, so I think that's just a thing people do when they're trying to grow their channel. And I'm kind of old school, so I'd rather just do it the old-fashioned way of making weird videos like this. Alright, so with that said, I'm going to check it out. We got all our tunnels done. I'm super pumped. If you guys missed it and you want to see any of these, builds, please check in the description after I write it out later. I'm going to have all 5 builds posted. I'm going to have, and then the tunnels for this video. So that's awesome. My favorite build for this whole series was definitely the main base. So that's it. And my favorite song was Banana Bros. For those of you guys who know what I'm talking about. Alright. Jeffrey D. Jong. Berwick Polish. Nutty Christ. You. I don't think I'm saying that right. You guys have a good one. I'm going to upgrade this really quick. This has been a lot of fun. Alright. Peace out, guys.